Oh, this game.
I did not see this.
Oh, this one. Yes. Ooh, I will try to remain silent.
I didn't see this match.
I'll let you two, because this one is very interesting game. But this game has
I played the game, so I am familiar with the game. It's a weird one.
Yeah, this has everything you want in a mystery match. You got AtomPlayed on the left. At least I think it's this game. I think it's this match. 0-2 record, but I think this is a losers 3 match. It might be losers. Yeah.
Either way, they've taken at least.
I can get you that info.
Yeah, they've taken at least one loss, but they also have a win under their belt.
Oh, I guess it reveals the name of the game, but nobody's gonna know.
Go back.
Nobody's gonna know it from that. Nobody's gonna know the game. It's the weirdest game ever. Nobody knows this game.
Well, you don't want to spoil the ending. You don't want to spoil who wins.
Oh, did that reveal who won? I didn't even look.
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
Everybody just forget that happened.
Forget it.
But yeah, both of them have at least one win under their belt. They've got one loss. So they, both of them, one of them first tournament, second one, essentially their first tournament, because they went 0-2 the first time, which is essentially just reset button, let's start over again. Like, these are hungry, new racers, ready to see the world with whatever game is given to them. And they got a very fun, interesting arcade game.
Yeah,
Nico has already made a bit of a name for himself in the community.
Yeah, we love having more Nicos in the community.
Gifting a free game in the White Elephant gift exchange.
Really?
I think that was him.
No, that was Thor. That was Thor.
Oh, you're right, Thor. I'm sorry, Nico. I'm sorry. I have besmirched your honor.
Don't besmirch the name of Nico.
That's funny. I didn't know that happened.
No, now I remember. I was Nico's Secret Santa. I got them confused. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so this is an arcade game. It's a bit interesting because, with arcade games, you typically have... I know you're still getting set up, but, some general arcade game knowledge and hints for those racing arcade games.
I'm just having a hard time figuring out when this race started. Because there's an attract mode and there's... Okay, we're going to say it was here.
Rule number 1 for arcade games, try not to die.
Yeah, like for MAME, MAME is an emulator built by aliens.
So true.
For people that are pretending to be humans.
Wow. MAME actually works pretty well, but it just works really differently than every other emulator that you've ever used, so it's like not ideal.
Like, if you've used it like a lot, it's second nature. But like for someone new who's never really done arcade emulation before, it's like seeing all of the binary from like the Matrix. It's like, you can't read this. Who can read this?
And then you have the other guy who knows everything, and just like, no, see that you have to press button 1. That's this line of code here, and then you make your character selection. That's these lines over here. You see, you got the lady in the red dress. You got the big buff dude. Just pick one.
But yeah, so like with MAME, like every game has its controls built into the game itself. So like when you set your controls, you're not setting it generally for MAME, you're setting it for each arcade like game cabinet specifically.
Yeah.
Since as Mythical 9 points out, like it's weird because every arcade game is built differently. everyone has its own set of controls, has its own, essentially, this operating system.
I mean, they are like arcade games are individual boards inside those cabinets, so
But,
they're tailor-made.
As we can see, this is Blue's journey. And so when you're setting your controls, one of the other big things to remember is always make sure you have quarters plugged into your machine. If you can map it out to 99, hit that 99.
Yeah, or if you like, I like to set it to one of the shoulder buttons, because shoulder buttons are never going to be a thing in an arcade game, almost always. Not the ones we're playing here. So, one of the bumpers is where I like to put my coin, so I just always can remember to press it if I ever run low.
Mr. Zimbu saying MAME is more user friendly than RetroArch. I would say that is not a high bar.
Yeah, I'm actually. I think you'll find a lot of RetroArch, like, not hate, but like, I don't know. We don't like it around here that much.
I've used
Song's
RetroArch.
less pretty, but it is quick.
I've used RetroArch twice in my life for races here. Both times, it was an experience.
It's good for Kuso because it runs Amstrad CPC games and all sorts of nonsense. But anyways,
that
I'm
was.
I'm gonna count us down. I think I have these lined up to when they started. It's gonna be. So it should be good. But in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So I will point out right off the bat here. These guys are basically budget Kamen Rider suits, right?
Yeah, so you can shrink down, and like the big thing about this is that once you shrink, I don't think you are able to activate checkpoints or something along that line.
Yeah, it's something like that. It was kind of weird. That's kind of just like me feeling it out and deciding that that's the case. It's a weird game. This is a Neo Geo game, so this was on Neo Geo hardware.
Oh, I thought this was an arcade. But is this being played through MAME?
Yeah, no. So Neo Geo's arcade hardware. So the way the Neo Geo worked is that.
Sorry, you said Neo Geo. I just assumed Neo Geo Pocket. So
it was basically a cartridge-based arcade system, and then eventually it came to the home, which would play this like same or similar cartridges. But like, even when it was in the arcade, the sales pitch is that as an arcade you could buy a Neo Geo machine, and then you could just buy cartridges later, and you wouldn't have to buy a whole huge arcade machine every time you
like that was the thing, that the cartridges had like kind of, I think they were stripped down arcade boards in them.
But anyways, being small is basically neither of them have done it a lot, but it's just a complete advantage in this game.
You have a smaller hitbox. I mean, that's really the main thing. You have
a higher jump relative to you, so you're unlikely to hit stuff as much. Like, your jump is just as high as it was, but you're so small that, like, it's easy to dodge stuff.
Yeah, and Nico got the early lead right now. Completely gaming right now. Because
it's true, you can't attack when you're small. That's a good point. So you can, your attack is this little leaf, which sucks. I mean, it lands right in front of you, so it's no good. But you can also land on enemies, or like stun them and then pick them up, and then throw them forward like a Koopa shell and hit other enemies.
Yeah, so Nico on the first boss, getting a game over, and not
taking the game over.
And continue and not continuing.
Oh no, not putting in credits. Oh no, that's not crazy. I could see not understanding that.
Yeah,
that's rough.
So this is basically
but playing way better than AtomPlayed at this point. So that is interesting that Nico is jamming, but is just choosing to start from level 1.
So
yeah,
what I
might not know about inserting credits, but AtomPlayed having a real struggle time, but has like understands to continue.
I could even
And,
see
like-
it probably was in the pastement of this. This is when we wear sub; they're usually pretty thorough. But I could see an arcade sub not even mentioning that because it's like kind of just like implied. We know that when we play arcade games, you got to put in credits. It's easy to think, oh yeah, it's so obvious, but you don't do it. It's not really that obvious.
Yeah, and the thing about most arcade games, which makes them not usually viable, is that when you insert credits, it just starts you back right where you died.
Yeah, which is usually that's the reason that they're like cool ass arcade games that we probably won't end up seeing at MT, because it's just like the best strategy is to not care about anything.
Yeah, it's
which
just to
makes the
move
game not
forward.
very fun. Yeah.
It's just move right as fast as you can, because as soon as you die, insert quarter or respawn, which you usually have a little bit of invulnerability frames, which is going to be even more beneficial for you to take that game over.
Yeah, I ended up submitting a game which I didn't even realize, but then the testers realized that you actually, when you game over, you get like a screen clear. And it was like a single screen, like Bubble Bobble style game, so the best strategy is to constantly game over and get the screen clear.
Yeah, so Nico doing their best to get back to the boss that they died to.
Only 2 hits. It's surprising to see hearts in the top left and have there only be 2 of them.
Yeah, I think there is like a shop that you can go to probably get more HP.
That's right. I
There
think
is,
we disallowed the shop.
Yeah.
I think both of them have been in the shop, but they haven't done anything in it.
Oh man, this guy's talking. Oh, so yeah, this game is just wild. I don't know what's going on, but it's like a lot of
So,
stuff.
from what I can gather from this end game screen here, this is basically Japanese Fern Gully.
Got it.
And then Nico not continuing again.
Oh no. Oh no.
Is that gonna be a thing?
I mean, Nico just has to
No,
game
well,
out of
if-
their mind.
If Stramble says everything for an MT race, I trust he finds it eventually, but that is sad. Not something that we can retime for either, because it's kind of a player error. We would still remind someone of it because we don't want the race to come down to that, but it's like, you gotta put in credits.
So elaborating for the chat, I just mean you're a tiny fairy bug person and you're fighting to rid the earth of pollution. That's all I'm saying.
It's looking good.
Yeah, AtomPlayed though, actually doing a lot better than they were earlier on. They've gotten a grasp of the mechanics, are doing a really good job of platforming.
Man, so
I just wanted that music. I wanted that music to play because I actually really
so good.
enjoyed like the little doot-to-doots when you get to the
Yeah.
end goal.
That's such a fantastic sting.
Yeah, this game is wild. I think
Like arcade games are so fun because like you don't know what to expect with them.
yeah, a lot of them have really crazy design, and I think it's partially just so like you're walking by and you're like, ooh, what is this? There aren't a whole lot of arcade platformers either. It wasn't the most popular genre in arcade, for sure.
Yeah, because I mean most arcade games lived or died by how they could attract people to them. And the thing with platformers is that most platformers, a lot of people knew how to play platformers, so they'd be at the machines longer.
Oh, it's true. And also, like, they're pretty good platformers at home. Like, Mario didn't have to take inspiration from anything in the arcade. It's like a homegrown genre.
And if, for example, you wanted to play Strider, you could just... Well, Strider might be a bad example, because that was still an expensive card. But you could just play it at home on the Genesis.
Okay, Nico at the boss again has immediately died, but has lives this time.
Where do we see the credits? Is that 22 down there? No, that's just like... Still hasn't put in credits, I guess.
I don't think there's credits at all. Oh, there is... No. Yeah, I don't think you can see the credits.
Nice, killing the boss. And also, I don't know why... This is just how Moonware submitted it. There's Blues Journey, also known as Raguy. I don't know who calls it Raguy instead of Blues Journey.
I think Raguy is like you see it sometimes in the end screen, and I think that's the place.
Oh, interesting. I thought it was the dude. I thought this is Raguy.
Well, because the lady is like, please help Raguy's people.
Oh, got it.
It's the Metroid problem. Her name's not Metroid.
Yes.
It's Super.
Exactly. Nico's jumping through these flames like nobody's business right here. Gaming out of his mind.
Yeah, so the other odd thing about this game is that you can collect weapons, and some of them, most of them are generally better than the leaf that you have. Like, Nico just had the boomerang. He previously had a bomb power-up at one point.
And they were also appropriately, like, elfy forest stuff. Like, the bomb was an acorn.
Yeah, but they're temporary. So like if you get dead, you do lose the power up.
Looked away from just a sec. Did we see a continue from Nico?
Nico has learned how to use the continue system at this point, but has a long journey to try to catch up to AtomPlayed, because AtomPlayed is consistently cranking out these levels. Is about to get to the next boss, I believe.
A blue journey,
like,
you might say.
You know, abadi abadai.
Yeah. This is a fairly short goal.
I believe the Snowman boss is the third boss. Might be the fourth.
I'd be interested in maybe seeing more of these games. I know you can, at the end of each level, they're choosing either left or right. In the pace bin, it's specified that they choose left.
AtomPlayed using the reduced size to dodge these fire breaths from these. I don't even know what to call them.
Just fire guys. You got your raw guys, you got your fire guys.
Exactly.
They look like there's a dude from a Godzilla movie they look like, and I'm trying to remember the name.
Well, on to the next boss.
Don't go home if you don't want to die. Is that what did he say?
Yes,
I'm gonna read what he says.
Go home if you don't want to die.
You worm? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so this is discount Goku.
Yeah.
I always got to be aware of people with spiky hair.
This is Goku, but like he really loves Arby's. He can't stop talking about Arby's, and this is that version of Goku.
He heard they had the beef, so he had to go.
It's not even because he's overweight. He looks like he has bad taste. I don't like
See, I would have said he goes for more of a charbroiled thing, you know?
No, he doesn't know how to. He gets a steak well done for sure.
He gets confused what 4 for 4 means. Like, Arby's is like one of the only fast food places like close enough to my work, so if I get lazy and don't want to like make a lunch, like my options are either Arby's or Wendy's.
Wendy's is like, pretty good compared to Arby's.
I would definitely take an Arby's over a Wendy's.
Oh really?
I've never had a good experience in a Wendy's.
There aren't that many Arby's around here, so when you go to one, it's usually poorly maintained. They just like don't have much of a presence in the area, so they're like.
But AtomPlayed beating Goku, making their way to, I think, yeah. So this is the final world of the goal.
Sarge.
So
Starge.
It said some words.
This is pretty different than a lot of other ones, because it's like... Starge space? What is Starge?
It's this place, obviously.
Starge space is funny. I didn't even notice that. There's a lot of funny stuff in this game. I should play more of this. This game's just kind of wild.
The famous Starge space of the Lower Earth Empire on Raguy.
Got it. Oh man, Nico with that jump. That was a crazy jump.
Yeah, this
Taking
is
huge risks.
Nico is showing the power of little guy.
Yeah, well also, like, must understand that, like, oh, I should have been continuing this whole time. I need to push it here.
We got this chicken wizard here freezing you and spawning penguins or something. It's a real mess out here.
Yeah, AtomPlayed has the big leaf power up.
Okay, that's just mean.
Immediately dies, so no longer has big leaf.
That big leaf, how dare you? You can only get that big leaf in Starge space. It's endemic to the area. It's a really special thing to them. Everyone from Starge space is like, have you seen our big leaf? It's on all the tourist pamphlets.
Home of the big leaf.
Home of the big leaf.
It's plastered all over the cotton candy mounds or whatever these are.
To be honest, if I saw like a tourist pamphlet and it said a home of the big leaf, that's so unremarkable that I would be like tempted to go. I would be like, what? How big could this leaf really be?
Like, so you know how Austin has like those shirts that say like "Keep Austin Weird," or I think they might be a shirt in like
Portland. Has that.
Yeah, like
yeah.
St. Paul, which is the twin city of Minneapolis, hence known as the Twin Cities, has shirts that say "Keep St. Paul Boring." That I just really enjoy.
Okay,
so
Nico hitting him in the face. That's one weird thing about this game, is that you can obviously throw enemies at stuff, but like your attack does do actual damage to bosses. You don't have to like wait like Kirby and wait for the stars to come out.
But yeah, so now we're in Legoland. It just abrupt shift.
Oh my gosh. It's really different.
Yeah, we went from like Winter Palace to like, why are we in Legoland?
Obviously, this is the subterranean Starge space.
Maybe I don't remember what happened. Maybe I did watch a little bit of this race, because I remember the Snowman says something really funny, but I don't remember what it is. I just remember it made me
And then
laugh.
we went back down into Candyland again.
I mean, I did also test this game, but like, who remembers anything from testing?
Yeah, but AtomPlayed and Nico are in the same world. Nico is a stage behind, but I think is actually going to be tied up. Well, was for the moment, because Atom's going to be on the third instance of this world, while Nico is just entering the second.
Well,
So
now
Nico
you have a new
has
one, Mythical 9. You have Secret Santa that you can give them. Which is like a playable Christmas game. I mean, it's something.
I'm really confused about the natural environment of this planet, where this is, you know, just an ecosystem that exists.
It's a really good point. You know, it's exciting for Blue, I suppose,
Yeah.
to get through this, but like, people have to live here. You know?
people have to
Bit
live in
much.
this like tapioca castle in the background.
Yeah.
These
Exactly.
two kids are endemic to the Starge space.
This yogurt yurt that you can just like plop your child in, and just like have a good life.
AtomPlayed falling right down the hole from spawn. It does spawn you next to an edge, which is a little lame, but
Oh, home of the big leaf.
Home of the big leaf. Starge space.
There's frosting on the umbrellas.
There's a lot of
Like
stuff.
every time they pick up like an enemy, I keep imagining that they can do like a Klonoa jump.
Oh,
So like
yeah.
throw the enemy down and they get that extra jump.
Yeah. You can do that in Grabanaki, too.
Jojo the Oddish asking why are worlds starred spaces? Worlds are not starred spaces. This place is the starred space.
Yeah, this
I
is
don't
the
know what
only
Starge
starred
space is,
space.
but that's where we are. I mean, I can't. It's, you know, they named it. I'm not going to question their culture for naming it Starge Space. I just am not.
Maybe the boss is named Starge, and that's why it's Starge Space.
That could, yeah. Maybe the Snowman is Starge. This is the final world of the goal, by the way. This is the shorter goal.
The boss is gonna be Gemini Man.
No, it's the Snowman. We already know it.
Whee! Man, the slowest zipline I've ever seen.
And oh, it does not get eaten. Yeah, as soon as
Staying out of
Adam
the mushroom house.
Yeah, typically the fourth level is a little bit shorter because it does include the boss. So as soon as Adam gets this finished, he's got a very quick level before being at the final part of the goal.
I get it. So the woman is asking us for money, like the player.
No, because she says we're guys people.
Yeah, but she's looking right at it and is like, you gotta help him.
She's breaking the fourth wall.
That doesn't mean his name is Raguy.
No, I don't think his name's Raguy. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's not a bad name. But if it's Blue's Journey, then this is probably Blue. Man, this is a colorful level for Adam.
Yeah, we're just hitting all of the the gamut of color in Starge's space.
I mean, that could be a tech demo sort of thing. Just like, man, look at all the depth of color we can get on this board.
This actually is pretty visually impressive for Neo Geo. Like, a lot of the Neo Geo games aren't this colorful.
Yeah, but Nico now getting to the third instance of Starge's space. While AtomPlayed is just kind of getting through the fourth one.
Whee!
Okay, those rocks are meteorites.
Yeah, Nico also having a little bit of trouble with this jump, which Adam solved by just being small, because you're not going to bump your head on that roof.
True.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I think they're underutilizing
right
the shrink
there.
mechanic.
And there's AtomPlayed making it to the Snowman. This is your tomb.
Okay, wow.
This is your doom, yeah, it's awesome.
Snow dude just ready to rock.
Look at him, he's mad too.
Man, today was my day to go skiing with my kids, and now you're just in my way. And so I'm gonna throw my kids at you.
I, the mighty Starge, will knock you down.
Yeah, that's Starge. He's got a cold. Keeps
Well, yeah, he's
sneezing.
covered in snow.
That's fair. This is your doom. That's such a good line. That rules.
Yeah, and you can't get right up to the Snowman, because as soon as you do, he throws like this avalanche ball at you, which just knocks you away.
Yeah,
you
He
can
just
see.
keeps doing it.
Yeah. I feel like if you timed it, getting some direct hits might not be bad, because
Yeah, you only got 2 hits though, so like
that's true. Oh my gosh.
yeah, and
good
him throwing his
air
children at
from
you.
him. Man, how much health does this guy have? Oh no, Nico got eaten. You just die. That's so funny.
Yeah,
Can you
why
take
is
that? got set way back. This is a huge checkpoint. Oh my gosh.
You are the size of a cricket. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I know, it's difficult to tell. There's a lot of crazy stuff in this world.
Yeah, you have to ride this paper airplane that's just randomly floating.
I don't even know if that's paper. I think it's ice.
It's like a crystal airplane.
Oh, and Nico shorts the jump. But at least gets a checkpoint, because isn't all the way back. And now isn't going to get got again. But AtomPlayed having a lot of difficulty on the Snowman boss.
This is your turn.
It's giving a good opportunity for Nico to catch up.
That was pretty good. No.
Yeah, and it's really hard because there's no gauge on how much HP bosses actually have.
Right.
Oh, that
That's a good
hand is like a
point.
one hit.
Oh, Nico finished. So what is this? Moving on to level 4?
This is Star to Spaces 4, which as soon as Nico completes it, he'll be on the boss too.
Yeah? Level 4 was pretty easy.
Yeah, very
Compared
short.
to 3.
Typically, all the level 4s are going to be a little bit shorter just because they also include the boss.
Yeah, I can't imagine in an actual arcade setting you get very far in this game without some significant experience.
It looks like all of his attacks are distance-based. He does the rocks when you're close. He does the hand when you're mid.
Did.
Oh, and Nico's right there. Nico is on the boss. Nico has
Wow.
tied it
Wow.
up. Adam does have the stage knowledge, though, so Adam could pull this out.
Wow,
Nico-
Nico killing those snowmen the first time they come down and dodging that attack first try?
Oh, but does get hit. Does have to start over.
I'm
We
pretty
could
impressed by
definitely see
that,
an
though.
upset here. Yeah.
Picking up on that stuff first try. Played is having trouble killing the snowmen under normal circumstances.
Yeah,
Even
Nico
with
trying
all
to
the
get
knowledge
close,
that they're
but gets
coming.
bodied.
This is your doom. It's such a good line. Oh,
And Nico-
the infinite,
Oh my god!
the infinite.
He got
Nico
it!
with the no credit comeback.
He showed him an infinite!
Wow. Wow, you just got to get right up there.
Yeah, Nico finds the pixel perfect spot to land.
That's some hopscotch strats right there.
And that's what I meant when I said this race has it all.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It has like the unfortunate trying to understand how arcade game works. Maybe it's like a MAME problem. Playing from behind, like, and then just finding the pixel perfect spot to steal away the victory at the last second.
Oh, and AtomPlayed did not game over. Okay. There we
Adam
go.
played, basically saw the dot done, saw that they were struggling. He was struggling, and just like, I don't want to finish this
Wow.
out.
What a
So
match.
that game over screen does confirm our protagonist is blue.
Dabba dee dabba die. Well,
Make things green, or I'll die.
I've been streaming for a while. I think that's going to be it for me today, but we got some good vodcasts in. We got some more left, but, you know, we're catching up slowly but surely. We're going to have a lot fewer matches going forward because we've played the majority of them now, and they're a little bit less densely packed.
Yeah,
Podcast.
less matches are going to be required at the deadlines, so there's going to be less people, trying
Yeah.
to fill in at the last second.
We have 88 matches left. I mean, it's still quite a lot, honestly. This was a pretty big mystery tournament. I've said it a few times, but like, it ends up with a lot. You get double that number of matches compared to the number of extra people joining. So I think we had like 35 more people than last year, so like 70 more matches. That's basically what we have left in the tournament. But anyways, yeah, we're on to winners 4. I will say losers 3, deadline Friday. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unplayed matches. Might be on the schedule, might not be. We'll take a look at what we see in the just most recent coming up things. We've got...
Well, one of these already happened, so...
Which one?
UGA and GFM happened earlier today.
Oh, yes, it did. Well, but that's a losers 4. Okay, so we've got 3 of the 7 losers 3 coming up tomorrow. So that's good. They're getting their times in. I think we won't have a whole lot pushing up against the deadline here. And yeah. Keep coming back. We've got... I think I figured out we had like 12 vodcasts total, so I just did 3 of them, so we'll have
Got 6 left.
I think that's 9, actually.
14 left.
All right. Well, but we got some time in between after matches. We might be seeing some of those, so stay tuned. We got plenty more games coming. We have a bunch of good games in the pool. We have games in the pool that we marked as too hard for early rounds that are coming only in the late rounds that are going to be exciting to see. We've got top 8 coming up eventually after that. We've got a lot of good stuff left for Mystery Tournament. And yeah, thanks for joining me, Shrambles and Cyro, and it was a fun night.
Yeah, thanks for the restream. And any other fun words to say, Cyro?
I was just going to say it was a pleasure, and thank you for having me.
Perfect. Well, we'll see everybody later. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.